I feel like within our technique on our defense, I need to do better with my gap integrity, shedding blocks when it or getting off of every block, just stuff like that, and run into the ball. There is times where I am playing a lot more snaps than, especially my last season of college. So, just getting extra conditioning, getting in the sauna, especially for this game. So, just stuff like that.
Did you ever think of yourself as a rookie? And if so, do you still feel like a rookie?
No, I feel like a rookie. Those 6:30 a.m. Mornings, I feel like a rookie. But no, it's good with the bad. Of course, we got our rookie things that we got to do, like bringing in donuts. We got our own first and second years meetings and stuff. But these my guys. I love them, so I'm gonna keep doing it for them. I enjoy doing it for them.
Have you noticed a difference in the way teams attack you, go at you, respond to the way? I mean, you now have X amount of film out there, and this is professionals. Have you noticed that it's different the way people are responding to that now?
No, not really. I just go in, play my keys every play, try and do my 111 for this defense.
When you see Max make the play that he did, obviously he was very excited. I saw you guys after the game very excited. How cool is that to now see your college teammate be, making these plays at this level as your now NFL teammate?
Man, it's great. He had especially with the training camp injury, he had so many nights where it was bad for him. He wanted to be out there. He wanted to be doing anything with the team. He wanted to be out there playing with us, doing everything that he can to get back out there and, just second game back, he picks off Patrick Mahomes. So, it's a great feeling to see the confidence in him just jolt right back up. And, he's a hard worker. He's going to come in every day and work.
To see him make a play against Patrick Mahomes, for you guys to have some plays against Patrick Mahomes, is it further validation of like, hey, we belong here, we can have success here, seeing what you guys are able to do against some of these premier players in the league?
Yeah, I feel like it does help build our confidence, but I feel like with this team, we're so involved in team defense, just wanting to be in my right gap for the people behind me, for our vets, for our captains, and just for the team, for Buffalo, going in about it every day. I feel like that's where the confidence is because, of course, Highmark, that's the loudest stadium I've ever played in. So, just hearing them roars after a TFL, after a pick, after a sack, it ain't nothing better in the world.
What did you learn about Miami playing in the first time around?
Big outside zone team.
Yeah.
They got somebody I trained with, Jonah, said, still don't know how to say his last name, but, their left guard, they trying to get bigger. Their center is quicker, smaller guy, just like the right guard now. So, we're just going to have to stay in our gaps. 28's going to try and hit in every gap that he can. He's going to try poke and prod at the defense to see where you can get it and where you can't.
Yeah, this will be your first taste of seeing a team for a second time in a season. How does this week of preparation maybe differentiate from like the previous weeks where you're playing a team for the first time?
Just seeing where they made adjustments. No matter if it's subs, a new right guard, new center, anything. Just finding their adjustments, looking at our last game with them, looking at what worked and looking at what we could have improved on and what we could have, had like Coach Bobby, he could have had a better play call some plays. Nobody has a perfect game. So, just trying to be the best that we can be.
As you know, snaps aren't guaranteed for anybody, but you're getting them. You're playing. I know you felt responsibility to your teammates. Do you feel even more? Because obviously they're depending on you a lot now on the D line.
Not really. I enjoy football. I love football. Football is my first love. So I feel like just me going out there playing, it doesn't feel like a job. It doesn't feel like, I got all these stresses. I got this big weight on my shoulders. I'm just out there playing. I'm out there laughing with TB, Matt, Taryn, anybody that's out there. Like, we making jokes. We running with each other, no matter, motivating each other. So it doesn't really feel like a game to me. Like, it feels like little league football still. Just, we grown.
Since the second half of the Falcons game, it feels like this defense has really taken a step in the right direction. What changed? Or was it something schematically? Was it a mindset? Like, what were you guys able to unlock to get you to this new level?
It was just trusting in our 111, trusting in our defense, trusting in Like with me, the LBs behind me, our LBs trusting in the safeties and the corners to fit all their gaps. Bring it, or our corners to hammer it back to the Sharks, and just trusting each other, growing love for each other throughout the weeks.
You just talked about how.
As
Go
a,
ahead.
as, a, as a rookie class, are the expectations or pressure, whatever you want to call it, different, you think, when a rookie class is joining a team that has Super Bowl expectations as opposed to going to somebody who was bottom 5 last year and they're the start of the cycle?
For sure. I mean, it's a different mentality for sure. Like, this isn't a fairy tale. Like, let's be real. Everybody isn't going with the mindset of, this year is our year. Everybody isn't doing that. Some teams are on rebuild. Some teams are doing whatever they're doing. I'm just worried about us, and that's where I can. This is the team that I came to. I'm going to go in with the same mentality every day.
Deone, you just talked about how the crowd at Highmark, how great it is. When you're on defense, so you want to make it as loud, but take me through the challenge of communicating through all that versus when it's a little quieter on the road.
There'll be some MAs, for sure, but
Missed assignments?
Missed assignments. Just we not hearing the play,
Right.
but no matter what, if I can't hear, they quarterback can't tell they O-line what to do. They quarterback can't tell their receivers what to do, and we still got hand signals, just like the quarterback has hand signals for the O-line and receiver. So we still gonna get the call in and get ready to play.
You're just at the start of your career here. How impressed are you with Jordan Phillips, the guy in your room who's at the very other end of his career right now? Seems like.
You trying to say he's more athletic than me, man? I don't think so. But no, Jordan, he's a great vet. He's really taken me under his wing with the help of DQ and Ed. So he's literally the same body as me, but he can move for sure. But he's a great player, great vet, great person to have in the locker room. He brings joy every day. He's bringing the intensity every day. He's bringing, no matter if I'm in a bad mood, sad, I had a bad practice, he's lifting me up. So, I ain't got nothing but good things to say about him.
When you talk about learning about recovery, is that the first guy you go to?
No, actually, I think my first guy was Taryn, just because he's one of my locker mates. And then TB, and then I think it was DQ and then Phil.